Hey there everyone, Matt and Will back here for another game of 40k today.
Hello.
Hi Matt. We are playing 1500 points on this, I'm not going to lie, absolutely stunning, very busy table, but that's how we like to play. So we're looking forward to this.
Big guns and I haven't.
Yes, exactly. We're doing 1500 points. As I said, it is the forces of the Dark Angels, in specific the Ravenwing today, against Matt's Blood Angels.
Yay!
Take from that what you will. But yeah, 1500 points, and this is the board we are going to be playing on with a load of terrain. So we'll be back in just a second to go over the deployment, the mission rule, and the primary mission. So we are doing a Dawn of War deployment. So along the long edge of the board.
But this way
But
around.
it is the other way around. That is the attacker's side, because I got to choose. But I didn't want to show it to you upside down. But yeah, that's going to be the attacker's side over on this side. We have got the mission rule of mission supplies, which means you set up one additional objective marker in no man's land, and then before the game you essentially move it 6 inches. So you roll to see where it moves to. It moved into the top left-hand corner, the new one over there, and then you place the other objective 6 inches in the other direction from the centre of the board. So there are 6 objectives on this battlefield at the moment. And then the primary mission is taken hold. So at the end of each command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each objective marker they control. And in the 5th battle round, the player who has first turn scores VP as described above. Player who has second turn scores them at the end of their command phase. So nice and simple primary mission, nice and simple deployment, and a reasonably nice and simple mission rule.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in a sec to go over the deployment zones and the deployment of the armies, as well as show you what we are bringing. Right, and first off in the armies, we are taking a look at Matt's Blood Angels, which are gorgeously painted, I have to say.
Thank you very much.
They look fantastic. And as I said, this is 1500 points, or just under
1490.
1490.
Yeah, close enough.
So let's go over what Matt is bringing.
Okay, so first things first, Warlord is a captain with a jump pack. It's worth bearing in mind we don't have the
Oh
new
yes,
codex,
yep. I was.
so this
We
is
literally
all-
just talked
we
about this,
did.
didn't we? We don't have the new codex, which is coming out next week, I
Yeah.
think, for release. So yeah, we're using sort of the points in the current Munitorium field
so
manual.
Just the normal captain with a jump pack, even though he looks like a Primaris, he's not.
Yep.
He's the Warlord. He's got Artisan of War, the enhancement, which gives him +1 armor penetration on his weapons and a 2-up armor save.
Done like that.
We've got a Judiciar in the middle, a Primaris Chaplain next to him, and then a Primaris Librarian.
Perfect.
Battle line wise, we've got a 10-man Assault Intercessor squad.
Yep.
With a Power Fist and Plasma Pistol on the Sergeant, who I need to replace because I've got the wrong model.
He's just been
There
killed.
we go.
There we
Power
go.
Fist and Plasma Pistol. Next to that is 2 5-man Intercessor squads. There is a grenade launcher and a power weapon in each.
Perfect.
Next to them, 6-man Blade Guard Veteran squad. Sergeant, the dude with the gigantic chainsword thing.
And no helmet.
And no helmet.
Very
because
unsafe.
Sergeants don't wear helmets.
Nope.
He has a Neo Volkite pistol, otherwise they're stock.
Perfect.
Next to them is a 10-man Death Company Intercessor squad.
Don't they look
all the plasma
awesome?
pistols?
Okay, so no plasma
No, but
pistols.
the Thunderhammer does
Thunder-
exist.
They look awesome. I love them
Thank
so
you very
much.
At the back, we've got an Eradicator squad with the melter rifles, and there is a multi-melter in there as well.
Do you need any melter?
Yeah, maybe. There is a Redemptor Dreadnought with the plasma. He has the Icarus rocket pod and the Storm Bolters, but I've kept the Heavy Flamer because it's cool.
Cool.
And then a 5-man Sanguinary Guard squad.
Right.
And then that's it.
That is quite a lot of bodies at 1500 points.
Not bad,
It's not
is
too
it?
bad.
Yeah.
And all looking very good, very fast, very scary, and reasonably good in melee. So
and worth noting, I'm running the Blood Angels.
you are
thing,
running
not
the Blood
Blood,
Angels
yes.
detachment. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So that gives you +1 strength
And
attack on the
I
charge.
believe it is, yeah.
Perfect. Okie doke. Right, so that is 1490 points of Blood Angels. In just a sec, we'll be showing the Dark Angels who will be trying to go against them. And facing off against the mighty Blood Angels is 1480 points of Dark Angels. Now, I know some of you are already going to say Inceptors and Sicarans aren't technically Ravenwing, but they look cool. I love the black. They kind of fit in with the fast-moving theme.
And shut up, yes they are.
And shut up, yes they are. Also, have to do a big shout out to Ashlyn Gaming, who I will put a link to her Twitter down in the description below, who painted all these up for me. Really amazing paint job. She's wonderful. She's great. So thank you, Ashlyn. Appreciate you a lot. In terms of the list, we've only got one HQ, unlike Matt's 4. So we've got a chaplain on a bike, Primaris chaplain on a bike. He is leading 6 outriders, who also come with a Invader ATV with the multi-melter option. Then there is also a 3-man outrider squad just to zip around and hopefully score some objectives and be a nuisance. We've then got 2 3-man squads of the Inceptors with the Plasma Exterminators to drop in and just cause some havoc and shenanigans.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Then we have got a Storm Speed Hammer Strike, the one with the melter. I think that's the Hammer Strike. We've got 2 of those, exactly the same loadout, the melter and the rockets on the side and on top. And then, these are legends, but again, they're perfectly casual. Yeah, it's a casual game, so it's perfectly valid to use.
Cool.
And they look cool, and they're awesome. We've got 2 Sicarans, and they are stunning. I love them so much. I love the checker. Again, Ashlyn, you're amazing. You're the best. Thank you.
Enough, that's why I brought Melter.
That's probably why Matt's bought all the melter, because I do have a fairly vehicle-heavy list. But that is 14 80 points of Dark Angels. I am using the Gladius, and the only enhancement I have is the Bolter Discipline enhancement on the Chaplain to give some devastating wounds to the squad. They're not as scary as they were.
That's true.
And yeah, that is 80 points of Dark Angels. So we'll be back in a moment to show you the board a bit more and also our deployment. We are all deployed, both myself and Matt. As you can see, the Dark Angels, the attackers, are on this side and the Blood Angels are over there. We've got quite a lot of line of sight blocking terrain. We'll do that before I look through the deployments, but we've got some big blocks in the centre to block line of sight. And we've also got a huge wall, which again blocks a lot of line of sight. But we always kind of go quite terrain heavy. We're much more sort of, don't really care if it's
more fun.
Yeah, balanced in terms of being like symmetrical or whatever.
No.
So we just do what looks cool, and I think you'll agree this does look pretty cool. But what have you got deployed, Matt? Let's go through.
So on my right flank, I've got the Assault Intercessors with the Librarian.
Yep, don't like that.
The Sanguinary Guard with the Captain. The Blade Guard with the Judicia. 5-man Intercessor squad to give me a sticky objective on this one.
Nice.
Redemptor Dreadnought.
There he is.
Death Company Intercessors with the Chaplain. Eliminators, and then the other 5-man squad of Intercessors.
So nice and spread out, ready to dive into my Dark Angels.
I can't decide if I want first turn or not, because you sort of need to get a bit closer.
I do need to get a little
beneficial to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Dark Angel deployment, we've got 3 of the Inceptors here. I decided not to put them in Deep Strike anyway. We've got the Storm Speeder up on the side here. And there's they're Assault Intercessors, aren't they? We've got Sicaran on this side as well. Up here, we've got the other 3 Inceptors. Did I say Intercessors over there?
You did, but you meant, yeah.
I meant Inceptors. They sound familiar. We've got the other Sicaran, the big Outrider squad with the Chaplain and the Invader ATV, staring down a Dreadnought and some Death Company, which I'm not too keen about. And then over on here, we've got the other Storm Speeder and the 3-man Biker squad. We've got an objective over there.
Yeah. That's on the centre line.
Yeah, that's on the centre line, that one there. And then we've got that one there, which is the one that moved, that was in the centre. That's the other one that was placed as per the mission rules.
Yeah. We've each got 1 in our deployment zone.
Got 1 in Matt's deployment zone there, 1 in my deployment zone here, and then the last one is in no man's land just between our 2 armies. So we're going to roll to see who goes first, and then we will get the game started. Thank you very much. Should we do that on camera?
Yeah. 2.
Matt rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
Oh, brilliant. Go again.
I rolled a 1.
6.
Do you want to go first or second?
Well, I have to go first.
Oh, you have to go first. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Okay, right. We'll be back with Matt's movement phase and we'll see where he's got to.
Okay, so turn 1 for me.
Yep, Matt's movement phase is ended, but we've got
No prisoners and extend battle lines, so kill stuff and score objectives in no man's land as well as my own.
Which is quite
Relatively
doable for an army
straightforward,
like
certainly
yours.
for extend battle lines. Yeah.
Yep. So what moved and where did it move?
Pretty much everything just moved forwards.
Yep.
We had a terrible advance roll on the assault intercessors.
What did you roll?
A 1. Normal move with the sanguinary guard and the captain. That's a 10-inch charge then to the interceptors at the back. So
Yep.
I'll give it a shot, see what happens.
Yep. Why not?
Normal move up with the blade guard.
Yep.
And the dreadnought and the intercessors who have stickied
Oh
this
yes.
objective.
Yep.
Death Company advanced.
How far did they roll?
2. Eradicators just moved.
Yep.
And the intercessors advanced.
What did they roll?
2. That's the one movement phase.
You can tell why You can tell why nobody likes me, right?
I mean, it's true.
Right. We will. How much shooting have you got?
Not very much.
Should we just? I'll just carry on
Sure.
from here. We may as well, rather than cutting it. So we will go straight as long as you're ready, man.
No, not really. No, but it's fine. So we'll start with the Redemptor Dreadnought.
Yep. Let me just go around.
Redemptor Dreadnought. He is going to be shooting at the bikes in the middle.
The big bike squad.
Yep, the heavy flame is out of range, unsurprisingly.
I thought it might
The
be.
Icarus rocket pod, however, is not.
I am going to do Armour of Contempt
Okay.
to reduce, because you've got plasma, don't you?
I do. So that's -1.
-1 AP.
Yeah. So D3 shots with the Icarus rocket pod. Let's
Yep.
pop that in the middle. For 3.
3 whole shots.
He hits on 3s. For 1. It is strength 8, so 3s again.
3's to wound. Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Macroplasma Incinerator. 4 wounds on a bike, isn't it?
4 on the
That's
outriders. Yep.
frustrating. I'm not going to supercharge my thingy.
Okay.
I'm just going to do normal. So it's D6 plus 1 shots.
Yep.
For 4.
4.
These hit on 3s. It is also blast, so it's
Okay.
an additional 1.
An additional
You've got
1,
more
yep.
than 5.
Yep.
That's great.
So
Excellent.
2 wound.
1 hit.
What? Oh yeah. Yep.
Strength 8, 3s to
3's
wound.
to wound.
No wounds.
Wow.
Good stuff. We've then got the Twin Stormbolter.
Yep.
He's not in rapid fire range, so it's just 2 shots. For 1 hit. Strength 4, 5s to wound.
5's to wound.
That is a 5. I missed the dice tray,
Okay,
but that
cool.
is a 5. So 1 wound, no negatives.
Just my 3-up save, which I make. Well done. Well done, Redemptor Dread.
I knew there was a reason I don't play my Blood Angels very often. I've lost my tape measure. There it is. And now the only other bit of shooting I've got potentially is the Eradicators, who will shoot at the flying thing.
Okay, I can't do Armour of Contempt because I have done that.
So in that squad are 2 Melter rifles, which are only 18-inch range, and a multi-melter, which is also only 18-inch range, so they're all out of range.
Oh, was that 20? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Okay, cool. So nothing in range.
No shooting then.
So I'm glad I didn't save Armour of Contempt for that then.
I think the range on my Sanguinary Guard is really low. It's only 12, so
Well, they're
I'm
only
not
10.
going to shoot at them because otherwise, I want to try and charge
Yep,
them.
fair dues.
So I may as well just try and charge them.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. And
So it's
well.
a 10. That's
an 8. Command point?
Yes, I will use my command point to reroll that. That is a 6. Even worse.
Okay, so
no charge.
no shoot. Wow, that was a very uneventful turn for the Blood Angels.
Yeah, but I did get extend battle lines.
Yes, so objective-wise, you got extend battle lines.
So I do score 5 points.
Perfect. And we don't score any...
yes, 5 points. And I do not score no prisoners.
Perfect. Okay, so that was turn 1 for the Blood Angels. We will be heading into turn 1 for the Dark Angels, and I'm hoping that I do a little bit more than Matt did in his turn 1, because that was fairly uneventful, to be honest with you. But we'll be back in a sec with my movement phase, and we will see where the Ravenwing end up. Okay, the Ravenwing movement phase has finished at the start of my turn. Obviously, I took a few objectives, or I grabbed a few objectives. We've got Overwhelming Force, which is each time an enemy unit that started the turn within range of an objective marker is destroyed, I get 3 victory points. And a Tempting Target, which meant that Matt got to choose an objective marker in no man's land, and if I control it at the end of the turn, I get 5 victory points. Matt chose this one here, which is Redemptor and the Death Company are both in range of. So I, at the start of my turn, chose the Redemptor as the Oath of Moment target to try and get rid of that.
Which I forgot about in my turn.
Yeah,
I was not nice enough to accidentally forget to do it on his turn either.
I did actually offer, and Matt was like, no, it's fine.
Lies and deceit.
Yep.
No, I would expect nothing less from a Dark Angel.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I won't do Oath of Memory.
It's fine.
See, there we go.
It's fine.
Matt's a nice player. But in terms of the Ravenwing movement, I put on the Devastator Doctrine for advance and still shoot. Not a huge amount actually took advantage of it, but a few things did. The Outriders moved up to get that objective and put some shots into them. This Outrider squad with the Chaplain and the Invader ATV moved up to put some pot shots into the Dreadnought and the Death Company. The Storm Speeder advanced to get up and over the wall. I luckily rolled a 6, which got him to where he is. Both Sicarans moved up, and that one moved around from there to again put some shots into the squads over on that side. My Inceptors just moved up to put some plasma into the Sanguinary Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Inceptors on this side advanced, both of these units advanced to get in range of that objective. But obviously they can still both shoot because of Devastator Doctrine. So everything moved up, not quite as far as it maybe could have done, being Ravenwing. But we've got a fair bit of shooting to go now. So I will cut to my shooting phase and I will show you what is still alive at the end of it. That is the Dark Angel's shooting phase done. It was kind of... yeah. It was kind of eventful in some ways, but not as bad as I thought. So we put those, the Inceptors and the Hammer Strike into them and killed 2.
Yep. 4 up in 1 save for the Librarian.
Yeah. These Inceptors went into the Sanguinary Guard and killed none. This Sicaran went into the Death Company.
Mm-hmm.
Did we kill any Death Company? 3 Death Company, but that was from... No, I think that was just the Sicaran. Yep. Then the Hammer Strike and the Bikers went into the Dreadnought, which is...
gone.
Where's the Dreadnought gone?
Oh, it's dead. It's in my dead pile, yeah.
So the Dreadnought was killed thanks to the devastating wounds from the Chaplain's ability. You get to choose a unit within 12 inches. These Bikers shot into the Intercessors. Did I do a wound or did I kill one?
No, 1 wound.
1 wound onto them from their bolters. And then lastly, this other Sicaran tried to plink off some damage into them. Thanks to being in cover and having a 2-up save and the Sicaran only having AP1 on its weapons, I did precisely nothing.
Yep.
So I killed a handful of Marines and a Dreadnought, so I guess I can't complain, but I kind of can complain.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I do now hold that because the bike's at OC2.
Correct.
I also hold that.
Yep.
Which I didn't need anyway. And then I also am on that one. Although I'm probably going to make some charges. So I'll be back in a sec just to see if anything did make it in.
Yep.
So we'll be back in just a moment with the Ravenwing charges. The charge and assault phase has been done. Those bikes charged into the Intercessors there. And I took a wound on the return swing. I don't think I did
1 wound.
I did 1 wound, so yeah, that's a very uneventful combat there. Here was almost equally as uneventful for me, but you did... I think
you killed 1 and did 1 wound.
Yeah, I killed 1 and did a wound, and then my Invader ATV got killed on the return swings. I took 2 wounds from the Sanguinary Guard against my Inceptors and did nothing as expected to them.
Yep.
And then Matt heroically intervened with this squad here and charged into my Hammer Strike. I did nothing to him, and he did a few wounds to me. He's down to 6 wounds left. Just make that a bit clearer. And that is all of the combats. So I scored both of my objectives. I destroyed the Dreadnought for attempting target. For overwhelming force, apologies. And then attempting target, I got the objective because I have more on that one, which he was controlling at the start of my turn. So that is the end of Dark Angel's turn 1 and the end of Battle Round 1.
8-5.
8-5 to me at the moment, but we're about to go into Blood Angel's turn 2, where I imagine I'm going to get a bit of a beating.
Maybe.
Angel's movement was actually a little bit uneventful. Oh, Oath of Moment target. Yep, who's that going on before we forget that?
They've got a bajillion rerolls anyway.
Yep.
They've got re-rolls to wound because you're still on the objective. I'm going to just put it on them just to make sure that I can kill them.
Also, just worth mentioning as well, although I don't think it did actually come into effect. Obviously, we don't have the codex, as we said, so we are using old current Oaths of Moment, which is kind of how I managed to destroy the Dreadnought, because I got rerolls on the wound as well, which was really helpful.
That's fine.
But what did you get objective?
So primary objective-wise, I'm controlling this objective here with my Assault Intercessors and this objective down here that I stickied with my normal Intercessors last turn, so 10 points.
Nice.
And then I kept no prisoners.
Yep.
And I drew Secure No Man's Land, which is just score as many objectives score 2 or more objectives in No Man's Land.
Perfect. And in terms of movement, what did we move?
So the Eradicators shuffled over slightly. Yep. It's only the multi-melter in range because they're now only 18 inches apparently.
But yet in range of the Hammer Strike.
The Blade Guard moved up.
Yep.
To get a charge into the bikes, and the Sanguinary Guard and Captain fell back, jumping over the Inceptors, and I used Aggressive Onslaught or something along those lines. Relentless Assault,
so they can
charge after falling back.
Yeah, and I just bumped into a table.
You did, but it's fine.
I'm okay, guys. Don't worry.
Shooting wise, it's very simple for me.
Yep, we're just going to do that now because there isn't a huge amount.
There's 4 pistols.
Yep.
Into the bikes. One of which hits and wounds. Oh well, I never.
Check this out. I'm going to roll a 6.
You probably are.
No, 5. Good enough.
No, it's fine anyway. There's 1 multi-melter.
Yep.
Into the Hammer Strike.
Yep.
Which hits both times.
Nice.
5's to wound, I think, though, isn't it?
It's toughness 9, so
4s. 1 wound minus whatever it is for a multi-melter.
It might
probably a lot.
Either toughness 9 or 10, but it's still only 1 wound because you rolled a 6 and a 1. So, what was it?
It's a multi-melter.
-4 or -3?
I don't know. Can't remember. We're really good at this game, as you could no doubt tell.
I don't think I get a save because I think the Hammer Strike's
-4.
So no save.
Okay. D6 damage. 6.
Okay. So the Hammer Strike has taken a fair few wounds.
Excellent.
So I'll mark them up, and then we've got some more pistols.
6 heavy bolt pistols and an Absolver bolt pistol. So let's do them separately. So 6 heavy bolt pistols, first of all. Death Company.
Hitting on 3s?
Yep, but I just want to check if that's melee. No, it's not, so I can re-roll all hits with these.
Nice.
Which hits on 3s, because there's a chaplain leading them.
Yep.
In fact, anyway, they get re-roll.
Yeah.
For 5, these are strength 4.
So 5's to wound.
For 2.
2 wounds.
These are -1, though.
Are they -1?
They are -1.
So 1 wound.
Okie dokie. And then the Absolver bolt pistol from the chaplain is 1 shot, hitting on 3s, which hits.
There's a hit.
This is strength 5.
So wounding on 4s.
That is a wound with a 5. This is also -1.
It's fine.
Okay, cool. And then we've got these pistols over here.
Yep, into the Hammer Strike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heavy bolt pistols. 3, 6, 8.
Drop the dice.
4 hits, and they can reroll wounds because you're on the objective.
Yep.
Good. None, I don't think, because you're higher.
It's at least toughness 9. Yep.
And then there's a normal bolt pistol from the librarian, which misses.
Cool.
That's all we're shooting.
So not a huge amount, but did a wound off to the Outrider, and I will mark up the 6 wounds done to the Hammer Strike now.
But
and then
Blood Angel's phase.
Yeah, Blood Angel's phase is coming up, so lots of charges, but we'll be back in a sec to show off what's going in. The Blood Angel phase was decidedly Blood Angel-y.
It was. It was about as Blood Angel-y as I expected it to go.
Yeah, so what charged in? The Eradicators charged into the bikes and bounced.
Oh, no, they did 1 wound, I believe.
Yeah, so, and then the Intercessors also did a wound, I believe.
No, you did a wound to my Intercessors.
It was just the Eradicators,
did a wound to your bikes.
The Death Company were obviously in ongoing combat, but the Blade Guard charged in and killed
all of
my bikes. Yep. And then the Death Company finished off the Chaplain. The Sanguinary Guard
on his own
charged in. They didn't need to be there. The Captain killed all the Inceptors by himself, quite decidedly.
Yep.
And then in this ongoing combat,
the
assault intercessors managed to kill. Did the librarian do most? No, the intercessors finished him off.
It was the power fist that finished it off.
Power fist
librarian did 1 wound.
Yeah. So it was quite a successful. I did I don't think I did much in return in terms of chip damage, apart from some wounds.
You killed one.
I killed one intercessor.
2 wounds in total.
So not super great, but very good for the Blood Angels. Yep. In terms of objectives, Matt got both of his. So no prisoners
and secure no man's land.
For
obviously, a full 10 points for those.
He's on that one there and that one there, and he killed Chaplain, Bike Squad, Hammer Strike, and Inceptors. Yep. So you got the maximum.
Yep.
Is it the maximum? Yeah.
Well, yes.
You get maximum.
You only get up to 5.
Yeah. So you got the maximum for both of those. So the points now. Well, actually, no. We'll cover that at the end of my turn because that's fine. But that was a good turn for the Blood Angels.
It was.
I'm going to see what I grab objective-wise and see if I can claw some points back. So we will be back with the Dark Angels movement phase in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Angels turn to movement phase is complete. Yes, objective-wise, I got Bring It Down, which I can't discard until the end of my turn because I could have done it earlier in the game, which is annoying because there is no vehicles at the moment. And I also got Cleanse, which means I can choose a unit and instead of shooting, essentially I can do an action on an objective, which I'm going to do. I'll show you where everything's moved. The Inceptors have just jumped up and around to shoot some more shots into the intercessors there. The Hammer Strike moved from its little corner over there onto that objective. That is going to be the thing that doesn't shoot, but will be trying to cleanse that objective to score me some victory points. The Scarans have both moved around, put some shots into the Blade Guard, which are my Oath of Moment target. And I also did Tactical Doctrine so I could fall back and still shoot and charge. So the bikes have fallen back so they can shoot into and charge either of those. And Matt decided to spend his command point and do Overwatch on the Eradicators on the bikes.
Highly successful.
He got no hits, as you may have guessed. But it was a bit of fun, so why not?
Something to do.
So that is all the movement. There isn't much left on the Dark Angel side, but I'll see what points... Oh, I also scored 10 for my primary because I was on 2 objectives at the start of my turn. So that is the Dark Angel's movement phase. There's still a fair bit of shooting, so we will get into that and I'll show you what shoots where and what damage I do. But in terms of models, there isn't a huge amount left for the Dark Angels at the moment. Much like the Blood Angels had a fairly good charge and assault phase, my shooting phase was okay. I'll take it. Yeah. So the bikes shot in, killed a couple of intercessors. They killed 1.5. I did 3 wounds, I believe.
Yes, correct.
And then I fired both Sicarans into the Blade Guard and did a surprising amount of damage to them, actually.
Managed to find mist across the battlefield.
Yep, thanks to a load of Heavy Bolter and Accelerator Autocannon. 3 damage is very nice on them, even if it's only AP -1. I didn't do anything over there with the plasma.
You killed one.
I killed one guy, maybe? Yeah. But that is it. Obviously, he didn't shoot. He is doing the action to cleanse that, so I'll get some points from that at the end of my turn. Maybe. Yeah, potentially. And that is all my shooting. So we will go into the assault phase. The only charges I'm going to declare is the bikes, which I may as well just roll here. See if they get in, which they will. They're going to go into the intercessors. And I rolled it up and 1.
Good job, you're only...
But I am only an inch away.
Yeah.
So,
and then the captain is going to use his once per turn 0 CP strat thing to heroically intervene into the Hammer Strike. That is a 10.
Okay, he's in.
So we'll move them in a second.
Yeah, we'll move them in a sec and we'll show you. Yeah. And we'll be back when all of the combats are done. So in combat, as the Dark Angels are brilliant in combat, I did nothing there.
Yeah, and we'll move back.
I rolled like 10 hits or something, and then rolled like
1 wound.
Yeah, 1 wound through. Yeah. But then Blood Angels being Blood Angels, and
that was without being Blood Angels.
That was without being Blood Angels. That was just being Sanguinary Guards, to be honest. So they heroically intervened down, and they. To be fair, you only did it by 1 wound. You got four wounds through. You got two wounds through, so 4 damage, and he had 3 wounds left after the captain. So he very nearly survived. And I think if he had survived because of his base, I because I think it's OC5 on things, so I probably would have held it. So, but just managed to kill that. So that is the hammer strike gone. There was no other ongoing combats because they didn't charge in. So that is the end of Dark Angel's turn 2.
And you ditched both your secondaries.
And I've ditched both my secondaries and got a command point for them. I got 10 for my primary, but obviously none for the secondary. So scores as it stands now.
On the doors are 25 to 18.
Okay, so Blood Angel's in the lead.
Yep.
And I think, although that doesn't sound too far apart, I think the Blood Angels are just going to storm ahead. But we will see what happens, what secondaries Matt gets. And we'll be back in Blood Angels turn 3. Blood Angels turn 3 movement phase is done.
Well, I've got 15 points for primaries first.
15 points for primary
objectives.
Yep, so that was rather impressive.
Yep, and then capture enemy outpost and bring it down are my 2 secondaries.
What's capture enemy outpost again? Take my home objective.
Take your deployment zone objective, yeah.
And obviously bring it down is bring it down. So the intercessors fell back.
Yep.
And then the eradicators are lining up some shots.
And they are indeed. Everybody else moved forward.
Everyone else moved up. They stayed where they are, didn't they?
Yes.
The sanguinary guard moved up. And then I did some rather good Overwatch and killed 3 of them. Which was okay. I won't complain. But yeah, that is all the movement. There's a little bit of more shooting than there has been in previous turns, so we're going to skip ahead to the Blood Angel shooting phase, and we will show you what happens once that is all done. We combined the Blood Angel's shooting and charge and combat phases just because shooting didn't take all that long. We thought it was going to.
Yeah, this army doesn't shoot.
Yeah. Although you did kill 2 Outriders with the Eradicators.
Yes, I did.
But I think apart from that, you
made 1 wound to a Sakaran.
1 wound to a Sakaran with some pistols. But then you charged in. Didn't charge in over there, but we made a charge with the remaining Sanguinary Guard. They failed their charge, unfortunately.
The Death Company,
But the Sanguinary Guard charged in.
To be fair, I didn't need the Death Company.
You didn't at all. The Sanguinary Guard just ripped apart the Sakaran quite easily, to be honest.
The Captain's +1 strength.
And Captain did what?
Red Rampage. And the Blood Angels +1 attack and strength anyway. So
was
I was winning
rather good.
3s with full rerolls. It was pretty brutal.
And then consolidated into this humble Sakaran, who fought back.
He did, valiantly.
Didn't do anything, but he fought back valiantly. And then over here, the Intercessors and the Librarian went into the Inceptors and killed them.
Only just, though. It was the last guy who killed the
Librarian. Killed the last one
killed
off.
The last
so
of the Inceptors.
So it was another successful combat phase for the Blood Angels. All I have left is a bike and a Sakaran. And what did you get? You got Bring It Down?
For 3 points.
Because he killed the Sakaran. He hasn't...
I've not captured the enemy outpost yet, because I only have OC3 over there.
Yeah, whereas the Sakaran's at OC4, so I'm just hanging on to that, which is nice.
Yep, so I'm going to keep that for my next turn.
But we are about to go into Dark Angel's turn 3 to see what I score. I'll get a primary at least. Yeah. And then see what secondaries I get.
Yep.
And then see if I can do anything to blunt the Blood Angels' ongoing rampage. But probably not, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. So we'll be back in a sec with Dark Angel's turn 3. That is Dark Angel's turn 3 completed. We did the whole thing in one combined turn because there wasn't a huge amount. My remaining Outrider...
has bravely run away.
I got Assassination. I can't remember if that was...
No, deployed Teleport Homers.
Deployed Teleport Homers and Assassination were the 2 objectives I got. So the Outrider moved up all the way into Matt's deployment to score me those points. And I tried desperately to get Assassination. Is that only in the shooting or the combat phase, or is that just in the turn?
No, it's just during the turn.
Cool. I didn't get it anyway, but I nearly did.
You did. You killed all the Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah, so
then down to 1 wound.
The Sakaran shot everything into the Sanguinary Guard, and then in combat,
almost ran him over.
Took him down to 1 wound, but he just about managed to survive. So I got my 5 VP for holding an objective in my command phase.
And his Teleport Homers now.
And Teleport Homers, I believe, is at the end of my turn.
Yeah. So opponent's deployment zone 5 VP. 5 VP. Very nice.
And that is the end of Dark Angel's turn 3. I think we will go into Blood Angel's turn 4 and battle round 4 just to see what happens. But I think it's probably going to be last call and curtains for the Dark Angels after this. So we're going straight into Blood Angels turn 4 and Battle Round 4. Matt's just pulled his objectives and he got Defend Stronghold.
Yeah, and my objective's here, which means
that one there.
you're not
So
going to be able to
I
take
can't
that
get
one.
that at all.
There's no guarantee I'm going to be able to capture your outpost.
No, this is true.
So
we'll let the turn play out and then we'll see where we are at the end of Blood Angels turn 4. Because I imagine I may have a dead Sikaran and that bike there will be still alive maybe, but not really doing much.
Probably not.
So we will be back at the end of Matt's movement phase. We might do a combined turn just depending on what happens, but we'll be back in a sec to see where stuff has moved and what is shooting into what. We decided to do the entirety of Blood Angels turn 3? Turn 4. That's it. We're on turn 4 now. Forgot to change the dice. That was the entirety of Blood Angels turn 4. So we did some movement shenanigans. The captain
shenanigans.
No, the captain fell back with what was the strategy?
Relentless onslaught.
Relentless
assault. I think it's called.
So he could fall back and still charge. The Death Company moved up to get a charge in.
Everyone else
just kind of shuffled around. The Eradicators in the shooting phase killed the bike. And then in a few bits of shooting with pistols and bolt rifles, you did a couple of wounds to the Sikaran, but then you charged in. And between the Death Company, the Chaplain, and the Captain, got him down to 5 wounds left. I attacked back into the Captain to try and get that last wound off and get assassination, but just didn't quite manage it. But we're equal on that objective now because OC value of 4 on the Sikaran, and he's got 3 Death Company and the Captain in range of it. So neither of us are holding that objective. But what did you get? Otherwise, point-wise in this turn.
I got 15 for the primary because I was on loads of objectives, and I haven't got anything for secondary yet because Defend Stronghold is at the end of your turn.
Okay. So that is the end of Blood Angels turn 4. I don't know. Do you want to do Dark Angels turn 4?
It's entirely up to you.
What am I going to get? Well, let's see what I'm going to get.
You get Assassinate.
Yes. But I won't get the primary. But let me just see if I get...
You've got one more card because you did deploy Teleport Homer at the end of yours.
That's very true. So I'm going to draw my other secondary. We'll see if I get Assassination, and then we'll probably...
You've got it already. Oh, to score.
We'll do scoring, and then we'll see where we are at the end of Battle Round 4, and then that will probably be, for better or worse, the end of the game. So we are doing my Battle Round 4. I drew Capture Enemy Outpost, which I'm not going to be able to do. But we're going to go and try
5 points on Assassinate.
We're going to try for 5 points on Assassinate. So I've used the stratagem that allows me to put myself into a doctrine I've previously used. So I put myself into tactical so I could fall back and still shoot. So the Sikaran is pulled back. I've made the Chaplain and the Death Company squad my Oath of Moment. So I'm going to put all the firepower into them and hopefully kill them. And then I'm going to charge the Captain and try and get his last wound off. So I'm going to try and get 2 characters.
It still only gets you 5 points.
It still only gets me 5 points, but I want to kill them both. I will probably, knowing the rules of splitting fire and not doing what is sensible, kill neither of them. But at this point, I've lost anyway. So if I can kill 2 characters, we're going to go for it. So we're going to do this on camera. Just because it's fun. So we've got 3 heavy bolters because it's got 2 heavy bolters as the sponsons and 1 in the hull. So we've got 9 heavy bolter shots.
Into the Death Company.
These are hitting on 3s. No, they're hitting on 4s because Sikarans degrade at 5 wounds left now, which is lovely. But they are sustained hits 1. So hitting on 4s.
Rerolling 1s because I'm within range of an objective. Oh, because you're a
And
Sikaran.
Oath of Moment.
And Oath of Moment.
So I'm rerolling everything.
Take those hits out for you.
Thank you.
And there's 1 sustained there as well, which we need to remember.
So that is 2 sustained hits. Was that one more?
There you go.
And then these are wounding on 3s. Again, rerolling everything because we are using the current index. Wounding on 3s, just the 1 there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are at -1.
Okay, so 4 ups. That's quite a lot. Oh, that's only 4 fails.
Yeah, 2 damage each though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can do this. So 4 fails over there. 6 up, feel no pain. Death Company. 1's dead.
1's dead.
2's dead.
2's dead.
3's dead.
3's dead.
4's dead.
4's dead.
Cool. Okay, so that's 4 in total you've done so far.
Then I've got my Stormbolter on top.
1 hit so far.
Which is 1 hit so far. 3 hits.
1 wound so far.
1 wound. Turn into 2 wounds.
Oh, no negatives on this one.
No negatives because it's just a bolter.
1 goes through.
1 goes through.
6 up feeling okay. Oh, no, 1. So 1 is wounded.
1 is wounded. And then the Accelerator Autocannon is 8 shots because I'm within half range. These are hitting on 3s again. 4s, apologies.
That's pretty good. 1 is.
Whenever I'm looking at my phone to record, I can never depth perception. So that is 7 hits.
Yeah, these are 2s to wound.
These are 2s to wound because they are strength 9. Again with a reroll. That is all
7.
wound. And these are -1 as well.
7 at -1.
7 at -1.
Okay. So it's 4s across the board.
Yep.
How does this work? Do I have to do them individually? Because I've still got 1 guy left with Feel No Pain.
Yeah, I think you
The
will.
chaplain doesn't have Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
So first one, second one. Okay.
So 3 damage on him.
Okay, so 1 goes through, and it's 3 Feel No Pains.
Yep.
He's dead.
He's dead.
So now the rest of them are on the chaplain.
Yes.
So it's
So you did
5.
5, yeah, because you did 2.
4 up invulnerable save.
Yeah.
He takes 2. It is 6
6
damage
damage.
each.
How many wounds has he got?
Probably not 7.
I think it might
He
be
has
5.
4.
4. Oh, okay.
But I have a command point.
Okay, here we go. Command point.
No. He's dead. Okay. First part of the plan.
First part of the
success.
plan. Great success.
Okay. You can't fail this charge.
So I will roll it anyway, just for the sheer fun of it. But I rolled a double 6. That is a good sign. There was nothing you needed to do.
Nope.
Okay. So a Sikaran in combat has got 6 attacks.
He does.
And I'm going to roll them right next to him.
Get some 5s.
He hits on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hitting on 5s. Again with... Oh no, he's not oathed.
He's
My
not oathed.
apologies. But he does get reroll 1s because that isn't just shooting. The Sikaran ability, the Sikaran datasheet rule, is he gets to reroll hit rolls of 1. Or reroll everything if you're not in control of an objective, but that isn't coming into effect here. So it's 2 hits so far, and 1 reroll for just 2 hits. Strength 8, so I'm winning on 2s. Is 2 wounds. And then Matt has got 2 saves to make, and he's got 1 wound left.
The Artisan of War.
Yep.
Loves it.
No! So the captain lives.
And then he gets
to attack back. I've got 5 wounds left on the Sikaran.
6 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
You are still over-momented.
I am
Not
still...
that it matters,
Nope.
because they all hit. He is strength 5.
Strength 5.
So he's winning you on 6s.
Yep. Because he doesn't have any other benefits
He does not.
at the moment.
There's no wounds so far. At the moment. There's no wounds.
No wounds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy about that.
So you got Assassinate.
I got Assassinate. So that is everything for the Dark Angels Battle Round 4. I killed 1 character, so I got Assassinate for that, which gives me 4 VP.
5, because we're playing tactical.
5 for tactical. Yep.
You didn't score the primary, did you? Because we were both...
Neither of us were
Yeah.
in control of it, so it's just the 5 for that.
Okay.
So that is the end of Dark Angels Turn 4 and the end of Battle Round 4.
Do you like the scores?
And we would like the scores because that is going to be the end of the game, I think. Matt is just doing some maths.
I got Distract, Defend, Stronghold as well at the end of your turn.
Carry the 1, minus
for another
4,
3.
plus 8,000.
Not quite 8,000. 10, 20, 33. 61.33.
It's quite a big difference. So the Blood Angels carried that game with 61 points to the Dark Angels 33.
Yeah.
So it wasn't quite double, but it was almost double.
Almost double. Yeah.
And you still, I mean, I just have a 5 wound Sikaran.
Yeah,
I've still got
1 turn left. I would
Yeah.
have got another 15 points for the primary.
Yeah.
I've got Capture Enemy Outpost, which is technically still doable.
You could.
And I would have drawn... Oh no, I've just done that one. I put the cards on the top.
What would you have just drawn?
Extend battle lines I've already done. Investigate signals. which is I've got to get within 9 inches of corner, so I wouldn't have got that one.
You wouldn't have got
I
that,
would
but
potentially have got capture.
He could have potentially got capture enemy outpost. He would have got 15 points for the primary, so he would have been at least on sort of what 70, 75 or so.
Yeah.
And I
plus 10 each
for being painted.
Mm-hmm.
So 47 to
71.43.
Okay, I'll take that.
Total.
I mean, do I get mine? Because Ashlyn painted mine.
They are still fully painted, though.
Ashlyn...
It doesn't specify that you have to have painted them.
Ashlyn, you get 10 points.
Well done. Good job, Ashlyn.
Right, so that is the end of that game then.
Yeah,
it was quite a decisive win for the Blood Angels.
Pretty brutal.
But
I was quite surprised, actually. My Blood Angels are normally utterly pants.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it didn't help that I charged into you. Which
True.
I could have played keep away a bit more, but we went quite heavy on the terrain anyway, so I don't know how effective that would have been.
And also, you don't want me charging you.
And I was going to say it was better for me to charge you and try and blunt that Blood Angel rule.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, neither army is exactly doing amazingly at the moment, like in terms of super competitive. But it was fun. Like I think certainly Sicarans and stuff and Outriders aren't exactly great at the moment, and I think like Blade Guard are okay, and obviously having again the sticky objectives from the intercessors is a huge, huge thing.
that scored me 5 points 3 turns in a row, and I'm nowhere near it.
Like the last game we had with the Custodies, having sticky objectives is so useful. It's just my armies are always very well. The two armies that I've run since we've been doing them have obviously been Deathwing and Ravenwing, so I wasn't going to bring any intercessors. But maybe next time I'll bring Greenwing and actually bring some intercessors and like actual battle line units, which may help.
Probably a good idea.
But that was good. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah,
it
thank you very much. I
fun
really enjoyed that.
to see the Blood Angels and the Dark Angels go head to head.
As with the last game, we've probably ballsed up some rules here or there.
Yeah, there may be some rules that we missed or forgot or didn't.
But in case you couldn't tell from the commentary, we're not particularly serious players.
Yeah, we don't play competitively. We just play for fun. And I'll tell you what, that was a fun game, even though I got beaten quite decisively. I am going to kill that guy one day.
Nah.
But obviously not today. But yeah, that was good. Anything you would have done differently?
Probably not.
No,
actually.
I thought you did.
Apart from getting rules right that we may have got wrong.
Yes.
But no, I don't think so. Maybe hidden the Dreadnought a bit better in turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair...
I didn't really need it at the end.
No, I was going to say you didn't really need the Dreadnought all that much, and it did take some fire away from your Death Company and everything, which was probably good.
But yeah, aside from that, no, I don't think so.
No.
Turns out you don't need long-range firepower when you've got Strength 8 Sanguinary Guard on the charge.
Yeah. Also, Sanguinary Guard with a 2-up save and Armour of Contempt means a lot of stuff like I had, like that was only AP1, just feels so pointless into them because they're just saving on a 2-up.
I mean, to be fair, I did get lucky with my secondaries as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it was a good game, and we will have some more up again as soon as we can. As like I said in the last video, this is sort of a new thing for the channel. But we'll try and get some more up as we get more stuff. Yeah. To be honest, more stuff painted up because we're only going to do them But yeah, I love the Dark Angels, so that's why I wanted to bring them. But I'm rambling now. This clip's been 11 minutes, so I'm going to end.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please let us know anything you'd like to see in terms of armies or lists or points values. We've been trying to keep it a bit small at the moment.
Yeah. Bear in mind we don't have that many armies to play around with.
Yeah, we can't just magic up a G-Steel occult army.
No, we can pretty much play Space Marines to a point.
Although if you give us like 2 days notice, James could paint up.
Probably could, yeah, probably could.
But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, and we will see you in the next battle report. But for now, we will catch you later, guys.
Bye.